Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome back to Planet. Welcome back to Planet Coaster. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. A big thing, big build today. A rocket, the Saturn V rocket with the launch tower attached to it. Now, yeah. So when you see this footage, you might see this little border around the park, and I initially made that for the Planet X contest. Which by the time of this recording is still fully going ahead. But yeah, sadly there is a 20k limit on the contest, and this rocket is 36k pieces, so yeah, that wasn't happening anymore. So now I'm just making it its own thing, not for any contest, but I'm still happy to share it with you guys. So yeah, this is initially, like in its form, like is in its infancy, is one of those intimate launch coasters that goes up against the tower, like Escape from Krypton, in a park somewhere. I forgot which. Like I think it's like a Six Flags park. But yeah, this ride I've never seen it used before in the game. Normally, like people tend to use like the normal coasters, but I thought, oh, I want to build a rocket, you know, and what coaster could I use for that? Oh, this is perfect. I could also use like a drop tower, but this is more like a bit more dramatic. You have like the whole thing running up to it, and you could make like the big the construction hangar thing, like the big square building. And I thought, yeah, you can go, it goes out like that and then up the tower, and yeah, that works well. So that's the initial concept. Okay, and then I started constructing this tower with a lot of the Ghostbusters scaffolding pieces, and it looks really thick, but I thin it out later, I think. Anyway, yeah, it's just a tower of a lot of beams. Yeah, and the lower one are a different color, as you can see here. Now I'm not going to show you me placing every beam, of course, but here I'm placing like beams to indicate where every like catwalk is going to be to the rocket. It was a fun build actually, and I'm actually watching Apollo 13 now as well, which is I guess the same rocket. It looks very similar. It's a beautiful rocket, just like white and black, and it's like very thin. Yeah, I really like the rockets. Yeah, okay. Now here I'm building like the little platform from which it's launched. I don't know actually quite work how it gets up there, but I'll figure it out. And here we're just making the little platform of the rocket launching thing, blah blah blah. And if you want me to, beside the rocket and this large platform, also make like the space center thing, the square Kennedy stuff, let me know. Probably gonna leave it with just the rocket and the platform, and then people can do whatever they want with the ride itself. But if people really want me to continue on this, I will, but it might take a while for it to finish off. But yeah, I might also do some more of these builds later, you know, some bigger, just like center pieces instead of full parks, whatever. We can do a lot. Okay, for this platform, yeah, advanced. Again, reference images are key, and you could say like all skill in this game seemingly comes from just copying pictures, and that would be right. I mean, this build is just mostly like looking at pictures and copying every aspect of it, and then for certain aspects you gotta be thinking outside the box for a bit, like how does the coaster interact with the tower and stuff like that. But this was just a fun little build of, oh, this looks like that on the picture, and then it's just copying for the most part. Which is also sometimes fun to do. Sometimes you want to build something yourself, like completely design it, and sometimes you just want to be in a voice chat, look at the picture and recreate something, you know? And that's what I did with this build. Okay, now with these, with this tower, you have these pipes going up. I think it's like probably fuel or something. I don't know actually what it is. Anyway, that's just pipes going up. Now I copy that, and then this is little catwalk. It's a bit too low, not tall enough, so I increased this height a bit later on. And it's just it's not too skilled, this tower. It's like, I think the rocket was like 127 meters or 107 meters. I don't know. It's quite tall, and this is more like 70 meters or 60 meters. The rocket. It's for a theme park. It's very expensive to build probably, but it's like his main weenie in the park, you know? Maybe he's like a science park. Huh? Yeah, maybe it's like the Kennedy Space Center. They just had a spare tower laying around. Oh, this is interesting. So I've never used these tanks before in the game or in the park, and now I can finally use them for the wheels for this giant platform. I just put a couple things together. Not sure why they are in the game. I mean, is it fun to go to a theme park and experience a war zone? I don't know. Probably wouldn't build like anything for World War II or something. I don't know. It's more like a museum thing, isn't it? But yeah, anyway, they are in the game, so I use them here. Now, okay, the rocket was a bit of a thing that was challenging. I used the plaster pieces first to build it, and then I tried making this cone, and I couldn't do it, so I used hydro beams, and that is how you get the piece count. Yeah, and yeah. Does it matter how you build something? No, it's just the piece count. It really doesn't mean anything. And I often see people posting, "Oh, how many pieces did you use? Oh, that's impressive. Yeah, very impressive." It isn't. No, it's just dog. Stop barking, dog. It's just how you make a shape, and sometimes you need smaller pieces for that, and copy them around, and that's how you get a lot of pieces. So what does that tell you about someone's skill? It doesn't do anything. It's just these cones, for example, the engines. They are like 7,000 pieces of the 4 of them, and it's only because I wanted to get that shape. And of course, I could make a Team TK item or let it make, and then it was one piece. But that only shows you how arbitrary that number really is. So I thought the piece count limit was a bit of a strange limit to put for the contest, but oh well. I have a different build I'm working on now, which is also very exciting and actually a bit more original. I don't straight up copy shit, so that's it's coming along later as well, or maybe earlier by this point. I don't know how the videos are going to be coming out. But yeah, what are you seeing me do here? I'm tracing letters of a billboard. That's how you do that, or can do. I don't know how other people do it. This is how I do it. And I searched for the font that's on the rocket, the real rocket, the Saturn V, and that was this font. And I was like, okay. Then I just put it on a billboard, trace it, and put it on the rocket. Now I have to close it up a bit here, and then put that up here like an American flag. Yes, I know, Americans, you guys are very proud of your country, and you actually have every reason to be. It's pretty damn cool to have like all this stuff going on. I mean, but it was like 50 years ago, so I get back to it, America, with all your money and stuff. Stop putting much money in defense, and just give it to space exploration or something, right? Like, you want to go back to those magical days? Like, isn't that just amazing that you walk on the moon and stuff? Yeah. I wish there was more money going toward NASA and even SpaceX, even though it's a private company. I don't know. Yo, this was annoying. I had to make this stupid flank out of it's not stupid, but just a disclaimer. But I had to make this flank out of like beams and stuff, because we don't have a proper, reasonably small flag in the game, and it's like clipping and waving, and yeah, I had to do this. And then the one flag was like 3,000 pieces. Another example how piece count really is a bit weird of a limit. Yeah, and I had to put 4 on the rocket. So together with those cones and the shape of the rocket, it really ramps up quickly, you know. I hope in the second game they are a bit more clever with the way they render the game, or just maybe a new technique. Because now when you think about it, the game needs to render every single piece individually. But like in its essence, it should only need to render the shape of the rocket, you know. It's just a bit confusing. Yeah, okay. Tired again. Shit. Okay, the problem with this flag is that it isn't curved. But I'm not gonna attempt that. That's a bit too crazy. I'm not crazy either, you know. I'm only slightly unstable. Yeah, okay, the top of the rocket here, and this is where the crew is stationed, I think. I don't know. I haven't really finished watching Apollo 13. I heard it's not quite a happy story, but it turned out well or something. I don't know. But yeah, just the top and a little bit of a different color. You can really see how the rocket is coming along. And I did cut out a bit of stupid stuff that you've seen already a lot in this video, to make it a bit shorter of a video. But yeah, this cost me like 10 hours to build, and that's like 10 minutes of video footage. That shows you how it can seem easy from a time-lapse video, but it really is quite time-consuming just building it. And this is the little structure that goes on top. Luckily, there were a lot of model images of rockets, of this rocket. Could nicely copy that. There's also this crane on top that lifts the entire rocket. Now, I don't know what it does exactly. I copied it from a picture. It was a bit weird to... there weren't really close-up pictures that I could find, or actually maybe I just didn't spend enough effort to finding them. But yeah, I mean, for a theme park, you know, this is a pretty big investment. Of course, it isn't a real rocket, but there's still a lot of structure going on there. And would this be built in a theme park? No, but this is a game, right? It's more, it speaks to imagination a bit more. Maybe if Disney was crazy enough, they would build something like this. But yeah, I just felt like building something great and ridiculous for once. Yeah, too bad I couldn't use it for the contest, but I have something else I'm really happy with so far. So for different approach. Yeah, I think that's we're running into the end here. Just adding a little details to the tower, so it seems less of a mess. Little stairs in the back. But yeah, okay. If you liked the video, subscribe and like, and tell me about your day and stuff, because I'm lonely. But yeah, talk to you guys next time. Okay.